Cable TV, beyond the real.
So, good afternoon and welcome to Sky Cable TV Kenya News at 1. My name is Michelle Keretoh. While in Embu campaigning, the Deputy President of Kenya, William Ruto, called upon the security agencies in the country to not play around with the Kenyan security, as his allies called for the resignation of the Interior Secretary C.S. Matiang'i and P.S. Kibicho following the escape of the 3 suspects at Kamiti Maximum Prison.
I'd like to confirm to Kenyans, our manhunt, we were able to get the 3 inmates within the border of Tana River and Mwingi. They were deep in the bush. Our assessment, these people were moving towards Garissa and maybe finally to cross to Somalia. I want to take this opportunity and thank Kenyans for the information they have shared, which has led to this success. And I want to appeal the same spirit to Kenyans. We keep vigil, we keep alertness, and whatever you get of security importance, we work together. It is because we have worked as a team, the all-nation approach. That's why we have been able to succeed. As he has said, I will not be able to give more details. Let us give Mr. Kinoti and his team time to investigate, and we'll be able to conclude this matter within the law.
Walikuwa na ujanja ingine kwa sababu walikuwa wanaenda zigzag. Mara wanavuka barabara, wanaenda pande hii, wanatembea kwa msitu. Wakiona hiyo msitu imeshikana sana, wanaruka tena, wanaingia pande nyingine ya barabara. Wanatembea kando ya msitu, lakini waachi barabara mbali ndio wasipotee. Hawajui. Ni wageni. Pengine zile simu zikipatikana, zile simu ziko pale kwenye ule msitu, zitatuambia ni nani alikuwa anaonyesha njia. Sina habari kwa sababu sina habari kamilifu kabisa kwa sababu watu wamejulikana wakati wameingia Endau Malalani ward. Sasa hatujui walifika aje Endau. Tujui walibebwa na gari, tujui walikuja namna gani. Lakini sisi kama wananchi wazalendo wa nchi yetu ya Kenya tumefanya juu chini mpaka tukawakamata. Na tulikuwa tunaogopa. Ile kitu tulikuwa tunaogopa zaidi, tulikuwa tunaogopa vita kutoka nje. Si yao kwa sababu wakati walitoroka tuliona wana silaha.
The reason why we are here, for example, with CS Musheru is that we have really looked at the entire ICT infrastructure in this place, and a partnership between us and the Ministry of ICT will immediately reconfigure this because there are certain lapses, as I said, including our ICT deployment here that got us into this in the first place. So government is going to deploy very heavily to ensure that these kinds of mistakes do not happen again. But as I said, we are determined and committed to keep our country safe. And we will stop at nothing. Kenyans need to know this. We are determined. Many of us and all these men and women here have not had much sleep the last 3 days. It's because it's a duty we love doing, and because we love our country, and this is the best way we can serve our country. I thank these men and women. Please cooperate with our security forces wherever you find them.
So next is that the residents of Butler are complaining about the increased rate in crime cases in the region, and they are calling upon the government to intervene by ensuring there is peace in the region.
Na bunduki au majambazi wakatishia yule msichana ambaye anafanya pale mahali, wakamnyang'anya pesa inayozidi shilingi 1300, na wakajaribu kutishia hao wakazi ama watu ambao kwa mahali hapo mwalimu mmoja kutoka shule ya Bujumba akapata kuumia.
Kijiji yetu siku hizi watu sasa hatulali usingizi kwa ajili hatuna stiri ya kutosha. Wizi umekuwa wingi, tunaibiwa mifugo, hata umefunga kwa msituni unaenda unapata imeenda hakuna. Kama mimi mmoja mfugaji, unapata mbuzi yako imeenda na ulikuwa umefunga nje. Hiyo kitu inatuuma na inatuumiza sana. Hiyo tena inatufanya tunarudi, kitu yake inaweza kufanya uinuka utoke kwa maskini, na wakiiba inakurudisha chini kwa umaskini.
Kwa sababu tunaelekea katika uchaguzi, heri tuweze kuelezea watu ambao wanahusika na maneno ya usalama, vyombo vya usalama, watu maaskari, hata wale ambao wanasimamia usalama wa jamii, community policing, wajaribu kuwa active ili katika hii area yetu tusije tukawa na hali ya kukosa usalama ambayo imekuwa. Viongozi wetu ambao ni maaskari wetu hapa Bumala, tunawahimiza tu, tunajua wanafanya kazi mzuri, lakini tunawahimiza waweze kuongeza bidii kidogo ili wahakikishiwe wananchi usalama ambao unaweza kuwa uko sawa.
Plus, while Indika speaking to the public in a tour to popularize himself for the presidency seat next general election, Jimmy Wanjigi welcomed the High Court ruling sentencing the Director of Criminal Investigation, George Kinoti, for failure to release his firearms, saying that the law must be respected by all.
Comrades!
The first one is a ruling we got today in the High Court to do with a judgment on contempt of court. I want to say categorically here, we are very happy with that ruling of the High Court. There is nobody who is above the law. The rule of law must be applied equally to every single Kenyan. Hakuna exception. And those who think that these are the days of impunity, they should read the constitution of this country, which was passed in 2010. Hakuna, hakuna, hakuna. The law is the law, and the rule of law must be obeyed and applied by all. This government and its arms have a track record of not obeying court orders. I want to even go back to the Supreme Court ruling in 2017 election, where the IEBC were ordered to open servers by the Supreme Court, and they ignored. Chebukati ignored. This is the level of impunity in this country, that even a Supreme Court order can be ignored by an arm of government. Those days are over. The future is about the rule of law for all and sundry, including Rais mwenyewe. I think the court has made a ruling because of the DCI not complying. It has sentenced him to 4 months imprisonment with no option of a fine. The court has defined itself. Those court orders must be obeyed. So when he's out of office, whoever is next must obey those court orders. And if they don't, they understand what future lies ahead for them. Court orders are court orders, and they are applicable to all of us. The rule of law must be exposed, especially by those who are supposed to enforce the law. How do they not follow the law? Well, let's see whether the impunity continues. Let us see. Let us see. See, we don't have a long time. Wananchi, we are going to decide this very soon. Let's see how long the impunity lasts.
On the next is that the Ministry of Health have introduced the COVID-19 vaccination in schools to prevent the further spread of the disease. And with the support of the World Health Organization, the children are enlightened on the importance of the vaccine before they get immunized.
These are the routine immunizations which are usually given to the children under 5. And because of various issues that befell the whole of the world, especially because of COVID, there has been a low outcome, or the indicators tended to go down a bit because there was the issue of quarantine, there was the issue of curfews, etc. So we found that our percentages went down a bit, and through the support by the World Health Organization, we have been tasked to have this periodic identification so that we can reach over 95% of the children.
What we are up there to do as the Ministry of Health is to give the right information about the importance of the vaccine. So this is what we are doing. We are telling our mothers, we are telling our parents, we are telling our girls in school the need to get the HPV vaccine because it will protect them from cancer. Most of the homes have been affected by cancer disease. They have even the girls, they have seen their relatives, their aunts, their shoshos who have died because of cancer. So when you give them the right information, definitely they will get it positively, and they'll even convince their children, their parents, the need for them to be vaccinated.
Next is that the residents of Magadi, Kajiado County are happy about the government stopping the slaughtering of donkeys, which has been ongoing for a while. They say that it's hard for them, particularly the women, that without donkeys they would be forced to carry water on their backs, which is fair according to them.
And we are quite happy because since the directive that was given by the Cabinet Secretary, Peter Munya, in February of 2020, that revoked the licenses of these slaughterhouses, the slaughtering of donkeys in the country came to a halt. And because of that, these communities actually got some relief, because here today we've seen that the number of donkeys have actually increased, and they're quite high right now. And considering that we are even going through a drought season, the donkey has been very, very instrumental to ensure that the communities are able to use the donkey for the purpose that it's meant for fetching water, and enabling them to actually bring their goods to the market so that they can actually do the trading that they usually do.
Venye zimefungwa, sisi tumeona faida sana, kwa sababu kama punda zilikuwa zimeibiwa, kama umenunua mbili, zimezaa kama mara 4 hivi saa hii. So saa hii tunaona afadhali, tumeimprove ama tumekuwa afadhali kwa sababu punda tumekuwa na usalama.
Kama ni maji, tunaenda na hayo mito, wanatubebea kwa tunaweka mitungi, wanatubebea, lakini kama huna punda hauwezi kazi, kwa sababu hiyo kazi yote utakuwa unafanya wewe mwenyewe kwa mgongo yako, na ni kazi ngumu sana kama sisi wa mama.
The head of Programs Kenya Climate Innovation Center challenges the youths to venture into agribusiness due to unemployment in the country, and they are saying this will help them because the increased rate of food demand is so high in Africa.
The demand for food in Africa is really becoming bigger and bigger, and we have farmers who are doing well in terms of numbers because even they're not using technology. So the clarion call is that young people should be able to look at agri business as an alternative, and actually the key thing that can be able to really help them be able to make money and provide them with employment. If you can be able to really embrace technology, you can be able to embrace modern ways of farming, I can assure you there are people in this country, young people who are really making millions from agriculture. So I think for me, it's a clarion call. I'm telling young people who are coming from colleges, who are coming from the universities, that let's not focus on just looking at the white collar jobs, which are good. I'm not saying they're not bad, but it's also looking at various ways we can be able to put our hands together and ensure that we are not just lying idle at home waiting for that white collar job to come. There are some chambers there, you can go into their business of delivering food. I mean, there are various things you can be able to do across diverse agricultural value chains in this country. So it's a kind of I'm saying that we can be able to gainfully be employed and provide also employment to our brothers and sisters who are coming from college, if we can be able to look at agriculture from a very commercially oriented perspective, not the normal or the old agriculture of carrying a jembe or carrying,
Residents of Nakuru County are happy about the issuance of the title deeds by the government of Nakuru, and they say that it has been long and they have been struggling to get the title deeds, and they thank the government for the good work.
Kuhitukira gavana Kenya Ajui o hamwe na county na tongoria othe a county ino itu ya Naikuru ni undu wa gutongoria mubango uyu o hamwe na Land Commission ni wira uria marutite niguo tukinyirirwo ni kuona taito ici. Undu ucio na ithuĩ nitugucokia ngatho ni undu wa ndiki wa maho wetagwo Giwa Farm ona noguo yandikitwo taito haha no riu tugwitaga Shalom na riu ni undu wa undu ucio twokite turi family 444. Undu ucio Ngai witu ni mwega na ni turi na taito enge ningi itangiriganirwo taito ya kuota.
Riu tuge ate ngithe ti gucokia ngatho na tukauga atongoria othe ara maturugamirire Ngai wa muoya marathime na matongorie ni ciana citu ngakena ngakorwo ndina gikeno na kuga ona aria angi matonete matungatirwo uria twatungatirwo.
When you have your title na serikali imekuonyesha shamba yako na umekubalika hapo, are you still an IDP? Are you an IDP?
Niĩ ndiũra ingiuga tondũ ndĩreraga Ngai atĩrĩrĩ areke mwana wakwa akona kĩndũ ta gĩkĩ ta itu ĩno onde ha kũhurũka no ngũkena na inyuĩ mwatinda wĩra ũyũ Ngai amũrathime tondũ nĩ Ngai wĩkĩte ũguo tũkaheo nyamũ.
So we have come to the end of our news. Thank you for tuning in. This is Sky Cable TV Kenya News at 1. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe across all our social media handles. This is Michelle Keretoh. Have a fantastic weekend.